The first time Riza saw the baby dragon clutching Commander Anna's old combat helmet, she thought it was the strangest sight in the galaxy. The tiny creature, no bigger than a house cat, had wrapped her iridescent wings around the battered headgear like it was the most precious treasure in the universe. "She won't let go," Anna whispered, crouching beside the makeshift nest the dragon had built in the corner of their research station. "I tried to take it back this morning and she nearly scorched my eyebrows off." Riza knelt down, studying the peculiar scene. The baby dragon's scales shimmered between deep purple and silver, and her large amber eyes tracked every movement with startling intelligence. Around her, arranged in a perfect circle, were dozens of old human helmets, combat gear, mining equipment, atmospheric suits, all lovingly polished to a mirror shine. "Where did she even find all these?" Riza asked, recognizing equipment that hadn't been used in decades. "The old storage bay," Anna replied. "Apparently she's been collecting them for weeks." The maintenance crew thought someone was stealing equipment until they caught her dragging a helmet twice her size through the ventilation shafts. The dragon chirped softly, nuzzling Anna's helmet with her snout. Her behavior was unlike anything in the xenobiology textbooks. Most dragon species were known for hoarding precious metals or energy crystals, not discarded human protective gear. Dr. Riza Chen, the station's lead xenobiologist, had studied 17 different dragon species across 4 star systems, but this little creature defied every classification. She'd been found 3 months ago, orphaned on the mining moon of Kepler 442b, the sole survivor of what appeared to be a nest destroyed by asteroid impact. "Have you tried offering her actual eggs?" Riza suggested. "Maybe synthetic ones or even round objects that might trigger her maternal instincts?" Anna shook her head. "We tried everything. Crystal spheres, metal orbs, even borrowed some Altarian eggstones from the geology lab." She sniffed them once and went right back to the helmets. The baby dragon suddenly lifted her head, fixing her gaze on Riza's research tablet. With surprising speed, she darted forward and began examining the device intently. Her tiny claws traced the smooth surface, and she made soft trilling sounds. "Interesting," Riza murmured, watching the dragon's behavior. "She's not just attracted to the helmets themselves. Look at how she's studying the reflective surface of my tablet." A theory began forming in Riza's mind. She pulled up the station's historical records on her tablet, searching through decades of personnel files and equipment logs. What she found made her gasp. "Anna, look at this." She turned the screen toward her colleague. Every single helmet in that nest belonged to human personnel who died in the line of duty. Mining accidents, equipment failures, hostile encounters, all of them. Anna's eyes widened. "That's impossible. How could she know?" "Dragons are empathic creatures," Riza explained, her voice growing excited with discovery. "Some species can sense emotional imprints left on objects. But this goes beyond anything we've documented. She's not just sensing the emotions, she's responding to them." The baby dragon had returned to her nest and was now grooming one of the helmets with meticulous care, her tongue polishing away an invisible speck of dust. Her movements were tender, protective, almost reverent. "She thinks they're eggs," Riza whispered in amazement. "But not in the way we initially thought. She can sense the human lives that were lost, the potential that was cut short. To her, these helmets contain the essence of lives that never got to fully develop, like unhatched eggs." The implications were staggering. This wasn't just hoarding behavior or maternal instinct gone awry. The dragon was performing what could only be described as a memorial service, protecting and nurturing the memory of fallen humans. "But why humans specifically?" Anna asked. "The station has had casualties from other species too." Riza studied the dragon more carefully, noting details she'd missed before. The creature's bone structure was unusual. Her wing membranes had an odd flexibility, and her scales seemed to shift color based on her emotional state. All adaptations that suggested a highly social, empathic species. "I think," Riza said slowly, "that her species evolved alongside another intelligent race. Dragons are typically solitary, but she's showing signs of pack-bonding behavior. What if her people formed symbiotic relationships with another species, the way humans do with dogs or horses?" The baby dragon looked up at them, tilting her head with curious intelligence. Then she did something that made both women's breath catch. She carefully picked up Anna's helmet and carried it over to them, setting it down at their feet like an offering. "She's trying to communicate," Anna breathed. "She knows these helmets mean something to us too." Riza reached out slowly, letting the dragon sniff her hand. The creature's touch was warm, and for a moment Riza could swear she felt an echo of emotion: grief, protection, love. The dragon wasn't just hoarding human artifacts. She was trying to comfort the humans around her, the way her species might have comforted their ancient partners. We're her pack now, Riza realized, and she's trying to help us mourn our dead. The baby dragon chirped softly and returned to her nest. But this time she arranged the helmets differently, in a pattern that resembled the memorial wall in the station's main corridor, where photographs of fallen personnel were displayed. As Riza and Anna watched, the little dragon began to hum, a low, melodious sound that seemed to resonate through the metal walls of the station. Other crew members, drawn by the unusual sound, gathered at the observation window. Tough miners and hardened security officers found themselves wiping away tears as the dragon's song touched something deep in their hearts. In that moment, Riza understood that they hadn't just rescued an orphaned dragon. They'd found a keeper of memories, a guardian of the fallen, a bridge between species that transcended language and biology. The baby dragon had given humanity something they didn't know they needed, a way to honor their dead that went beyond words or ceremonies. The dragon finished her song and curled up among her precious helmets, content in her role as protector of human memories. And for the first time since the station had suffered its losses, the crew felt a sense of peace. Some bonds, Riza reflected, were written in the stars themselves.